What's good, YouTube? With the new Edison Format season in full swing, we have new tournaments and new results to report on. So speaking of which, we're going to be looking at the top 8 deck lists from the latest Peak of the Beak tournament in Format Library. They do these like multi-day things throughout the year. They're kind of fun. Multi-day is not really my thing, but if you're a person with like a tough schedule, it can definitely be helpful to play in that type of event rather than one of the more marathon, type of events like DDV or RBET. So we're going to be going over the results from one of those today. We've gone over a lot of different top deck lists from these tournament series on the channel, and we always have fun with them. We always make all our stock comments, and then the people in the comments section make all their stock comments disagreeing with my stock comment, whatever. We're going to go over the deck list. We're going to look at them. We're going to see what Edison Format has been cooking today in the competitive scene, which has been pretty dry for a while, but it's finally picking up some steam here in the spring. So starting off here, we're looking at Vayu Turbo. Who is this? Vincenz. Okay, someone I don't recognize playing Vayu Turbo. This deck is on 3 hamster and no charge. God, we're straight back to doing the dumb stuff, aren't we? It's wild, too, because they're playing Necrogardna and Return, but they're still not playing charge. I mean, I don't even disagree with 3 hamster. I think you can throw as many hamster in a deck as you want. I think hamster's a really good card, but it's just like, Charge of the Light Brigade is also super, super free in this deck, and like will just randomly get you like stupid value. So I don't know what exactly they're excluding that for. It looks like they're on no Gores. Does this deck usually not play Gores? I haven't actually looked at like the Gores statistic. Gores is in the side, but I haven't looked at like the main Gores versus siding Gores versus not playing Gores at all. I think people used to play people used to not have Gores in the main as much, but nowadays people tend to have Gores in there a bit more. But this guy is not playing Gores. He's playing standard ratios on everything else besides the triple hamster thing, though, I think. Yeah, just like completely normal monster lineup, completely normal spell lineup minus the Charge of the Light Brigade. And then we have a random Dust Tornado in the trap lineup. That's basically the only thing worth noting there. So 2D Prison, 1 Dust Tornado, 1 Return with 1 Oppression in the main, and then no Sork to be found anywhere, I guess, which is a little... I feel like people have been playing Sork more, but again, it's kind of like Gores, where it's maybe a 50-50 kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, Vayu Turbo, whatever. It's the new best deck. Moving on, we got Frog. Is this just Hero? No, this is just Junk Synchron Frogs, actually. Let's just, like... Every now and then you get one of these weird frog lists that looks like it was built in 2010, and it just, like, tops an event. And this definitely looks like that. Where, well, okay, it's not as egregious as some others, but, like... Because there's only 6 Monarchs. But they're on Plague Spreader Zombie in here. I mean... a lot of this seems like it's taken inspiration from, like, the Dark Frog thing that Corinna did. We got the Allure with maxed out Junk Synchrons, of course. Only double Fader, and then 1 Plague, I guess, is not... How many Darks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So definitely enough to be playing Allure. Or is it 11? I think I might have skipped one, but... Definitely enough to be playing Allure. I like that they're not playing Dad. I think that was not a great inclusion. I think the threshold for playing Dad is actually a lot higher than people realistically think. But we're also on double Creature Swap, double Soul X with triple Econ. I actually agree with triple Econ. I think this card is cracked, but like double Creature Swap, double Soul X. And then the trap lineup is just 3 Spiritual Water Art. Like this really does reek of some like 2010 technology. Very wacky. But hey, I mean, it worked out okay for them, I guess. And then the extra deck, you can just play as many random synchros as you want because you don't have Ab-Zero in here because we don't have heroes in here. So, cool one by Mr. Icarus. Definitely a more out there kind of frog build. What do we want to call it? Like Synchro Frog? You could almost call it like Synchro Frog because you got triple Junk and Plague Spreader. I mean, that is a lot of tuners. So, yeah, interesting build, and glad that they topped with it. Glad to see people still innovating with frogs rather than just playing the same stock hero frog list every time. Speaking of which, we got the same stock hero frog list. I mean, they're not all the same, obviously, but like, come on, let's be real. It looks like both frog lists playing Uni so far. We're on Rota Ecall, 1 for 1, all the standard stuff. Only 1 Econ and 1 Soul Exchange in the main, as opposed to what maybe would just be double Econ, or even triple Econ. I think most people play double. I have said many times I'm not a frog expert, though, so So what do I know? Same 5 heroes. Pretty much everyone plays these 5. Some people only play 4 and cut the alias, but I think it's way more common to play the alias than not play the alias. Then 1 Junk, 1 Ryza, completely normal. Double Fader. The trap lineup's a little weird. 2 Raigeki Break, 1 Phoenix Wing. Just gotta mix it up in case you need that Phoenix Wing for some reason. 1 T-Roar, and then Dust Shoots in there, and then Mirror Force section in the side. Also got a Needle Ceiling in the side. I think that's pretty cute. But I mean, yeah, it's standard. It's Hero Frog, etc., etc. So nothing too crazy to say about it. It's Hero Frog. It topped again. Nice job. I think we have another one. Yeah, Frogs really killed it at this event, actually. 3 of these assholes in the top cut. Are there more? We'll find out if there were more, but I think it might have just been these 3. Wait, is this the same list? Hold up. So as best I can tell, I think Jazz screwed up when he was inputting the deck list, and he put that one dude's same frog deck twice. So I assume that means that this guy actually made top 8, and we're going to cover his list in this spot, but that could be wrong, I guess. If this is wrong, let me know, but we're just trying to fix it, all right? We're trying to fix it. So another Hero Frog player, this time with no Infernal Prodigy. What? Yo, that's weird. I said earlier, I think, that people usually, if they take out any, they take out the alias. Well, this guy just took out Infernal Prodigy. There's like no way that could be right? Oh, I guess it could be. I don't know. Maybe he's onto something. 2 swap ratio. Yeah, we love the 2 swap ratio here. 2 swap ratio is based also with Uni. So you're still playing 10 frogs, which is neat because in deck builder it means you can fill up a whole row with just the frog monsters, and it looks really pretty. So definitely a good choice for that as well. Let's see, it's just same triple Kais, 1 Ryza, 1 Junk for your like monarchs. Junk's not really a monarch, but you know. You know, it's kind of like a Monarch. It's a Monarch that summons a Synchro. Then the slimmed down hero package, obviously, only on 20 monsters, which is pretty low for frogs. And they got the Gores, triple Miracle Fusion, double E-Call. You're playing 1 less hero. I mean, it's not a hero you get off E-Call, but still, we're on double E-Call. And Rhoda. On 1 Econ, 1 Solex, which I believe is the same ratio as before. Also on the same discard trap ratio. I'm wondering... Yeah, this seems like more discard traps than people usually... maybe it's not. I looked at some of the later ones, though, and they had, like, 6 or something. They had, like, a ridiculous number, but... I mean, we might be seeing a resurgence of the discard traps and then, like, cutting to 2 swap, because it sort of, kind of conflicts. 2 T-Roar, no Fader. Actually, yeah, that's the big thing, too, for the monster lineup. There's no Fader and no Prodigy, so the monster lineup's just really low. Just on 2 T-Roar instead. Main deck Torrential, I think that's based. I think Torrential is an awesome card. And Dust Shoot. Yeah, maybe all frog lists should just main Dust Shoot, Torrential, and Mirror. Because it kind of feels like you're nerfing yourself if you don't. I don't know. I think the really good traps are really good. I think that's how that works. Side deck stuff. Double Kaiku. This man just, like, saw Vayu Turbo own Deck Devastators and was like, we are bringing in some hate. What do we got left? I don't know, just, like, stuff. The extra deck, Ab-Zero, Gaia, a bunch of synchros that you make with the Junk Synchron. Other than that, standard Hero Frogs. So, yeah, cool. On to the next one. Alright, moving on, we got Blackwings. Just Blackwings, you know? I like the My Body's a Shield of the Mind Control, actually. I think these are very good choices for the main deck of Blackwings, so I'm definitely going to commend those ones. Oh, this is Yandai May. That makes sense. He's a very good Blackwing player. Mistral, too. Insanely based. Hella based. This is as based as a Blackwing list gets. Okay, main deck DDVs maybe a little bit cringe, but whatever. No Mirror Force. That's cute. That's funny. I don't know if I agree with that. Because they got 3 prisons. Are you telling me you can't go 2-1 on that? I don't know. No Torrential and no Solemn either. This is actually kind of wild. No Torrential, I guess, is pretty normal. No Solemn is whack, though. That's crazy. They are in Legacy of Yada. They took out their Torrential and their Solemn for double Legacy of Yada. Yandai May is cooking here, actually. This is... I mean... Obviously, it's Blackwings, and it doesn't get that interesting, but as far as Blackwing builds go, you know what? I approve of Yandai May's decisions. I don't know if they're right, but I approve of them, you know what I'm saying? So other than that, monster lineup's pretty standard, besides the Mistral. It's like just the normal monster lineup with a Mistral. And the trap lineup is whack as hell. I think the spell lineup is super based, though. Mindcon, My Body. I think every Blackwing player should have one of each of these in their main. I think they're very good. Side deck standard, extra deck standard. It's Blackwings. It's Yandai. Are we really surprised to see Yandai topping with Blackwings yet again? Not really. So yeah, cool one. Next up, we have Holy Based. Right, he decided 6 discard traps weren't enough. So they were like, let's go to 7 discard traps. We're going to throw a Karma Cut in there too. But no one-off Dust Shoot. No Dust Shoot anywhere. Let's just play Karma Cut in there. So they're only on 4 Monarchs, but on the triple Lad. That is actually a lot of tribute monsters. They're playing the plant stuff with 1-for-1 Valley. I think 1-for-1 Valley Dandy is kind of cool. I don't know how I feel about Lonefire Titanial. I guess if you hard draw the Titanial, you can like cheese it out with Treeborn Econ or something, maybe. But I just hate Lonefire Titanial. I have like a compulsive dislike of these cards. Yeah. Let's see, what do we got? The Frog. They're also on Uni. Every Frog deck at the top played Uni, and there was a lot of Frog decks at the top, right? There was like what, 3 or 4? 4? Was it half Frogs, actually? That's crazy. That was a crazy performance for Frogs in this event, actually. So anything else we want to comment on here? They are on that triple Econ and still a Solex in the main. I'm not a fan of Solex main, actually, I will say. Oh, wait. They're in double swap. The ratio, the guy, the Voldemort, he loves this ratio, and I approve of this ratio, and I think it's cool. So, yeah, double swap. Also, you got to consider, swap is worse when you're playing 7 discard traps. Because it's like the special summon effect is going to be so, like, conflicting, you know what I'm saying? Side deck looks pretty normal. We got the Crow, the Vanity's Fiends, a bunch of random trap cards to deal with the things that Frogs lose to. I mean, the Dandelion stuff is cool, definitely, with like sub and the value with the 1-for-1. So you can get lots of crazy value out of that. The Lad is interesting, going more of a Light and Darkness Dragon route. I'm not sure how I feel about Light and Darkness Dragon in this kind of... I think it's definitely cool in like the Gear Town version. I would have to test it more, because I feel like there are a lot of random things that it lose to, but maybe those random things aren't super popular in the current meta, like Honest and Cyber Valley and, you know, cards like that that can just cheese it. I guess there were like 3 other Frog decks in Top Cut, so you have to consider that it just is pretty bad if they can nuke it with their own Treeborn. But, yeah, extra deck. They're not playing Chimera Tech. Is this the first extra so far to not have Chimera Tech? I think it might be. Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty cool take on Frogs, though. I definitely like it. We had 2 cool takes on Frogs, right? So people really seem to be mixing it up with the builds in terms of they're playing like the same top decks, but they're playing wackier builds, which, I mean, we count that as progress, I guess. What we do not count as progress is this next abomination, which is I'm just kidding. Spiral topped with my all-time least favorite deck in the entire format, which we're not going to ramble on about how much we hate GBs here. Spiral is an extraordinarily good player, obviously, and I mean, as evidenced by the fact that this is the first notable top for Gladiator Beast in a year and a half or so. I don't know. It might be the most notable top of like all time. Maybe DDV1 we'll say is more, because yeah, this is just peak of the beak, but it's something, you know. It is a result, which is more than we can really say for Glad Beast in a long, long time. So definitely very impressive by Spiral. I think I didn't watch this tournament, but everyone who did said that Spiral played out of his mind. So I definitely believe that. And let's get into it, looking at it actually. Triple Test Tape. There's just definitely not a normal Gladiator Beast build, by the way. But Test Tape's like a battle recruiter for Glads or something. I think I haven't read this card in a while. I don't remember exactly what it does, but I think that's what it does. And then he's also on the hero package with double Prisma, 1 Stratos. I think these are normal Glad Beast ratios. Maybe sometimes they play Hoplomus, sometimes they don't. And then, of course, on the Cat with the Triple Test Tiger. Then on 1 Book of Moon, 1 Double Compulse. That's kind of wild. I guess it takes care of Stardust. Double D-Prison. Only double War Chariot. I don't understand why people play double War Chariot. Like, I know you loop it and stuff, but I feel like the deck is so much better when you open War Chariot than when you don't, but... I mean, maybe whatever. Moving on, we got Hero Signal. This is a pretty cool inclusion. We're just rolling up with Hero Signal. They run over something. Can this like special Stratos from the deck? I presume it says level 4 or lower. You can just special Stratos from your deck. It actually makes me wonder why no one else has played Hero Signal before. I mean, I guess you just like e-call for Stratos on other decks, but I mean, hey, it's something. You put a Prisma on the board and then you're just threatening Gyzaris, so that's That's cool. Like, I guess they run over your test tape and you flip hero signal and you just Geysaris them next turn. That's pretty based. I mean, yeah, the hero signals definitely. Dude, this is just a bunch of like wild builds of more conventional decks. I guess Glad is not very conventional. It's definitely a more out there deck in the current metagame, but still, it used to be conventional like 2 years ago in Edison format or something. So, yeah, and then we got the 5 one-offs in the side. We got a bunch of hate for stuff. A second Ready Ari, Lamau, Grand Mole, the third Chariot, which I wonder what you side the third Chariot for. I would have to think about it more, but yeah. And then the extra is just like standard, whatever. Cool Glad list, though. I mean, as cool as Glads get, obviously. We all know how I feel about Gladiator Beast. But yeah, big congrats to Spiral on doing so well in this event. Putting Glad Beast back on the map to my great dismay. Finally, we have Ghost Rider. Yeah, I mean, more like Goat Rider, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he finished like what? He finished second at DDV. Now he's here again. Man is one of the most consistent players in Edison format. He just shows up with Dragon Turbo and like wins a lot. This might be the same list from Deck Devastators. Is this the same list? I think I recall that list being on 2 Instant Fusion, 1 Avarice, double Vortex Trooper, 1 Flambeau Guard, Drago. Yeah, I think this might be just the same list. I don't think he changed a single thing. I mean, hey, it worked pretty well for it. Why not run it back? It's just perfect. Like, it's just perfection. Ghost Rider, he's a god. He shows up and he Dragon Turbos and he wins, and it always looks very impressive. And then, you try to play Dragon Turbo and you just, like, don't understand it. You play bad and you lose. But Ghost Rider understands it. Ghost Rider is an absolute gamer. And, yeah, he showed up for this event as well. So that is going to round out all of the decks. I think I said everything I wanted to say about Ghost Rider's deck and the Deck Devastators top 8, so we don't need to ramble too long about it. Yeah, these were some fun lists. There weren't like a bunch of jank decks in there, but there was like some very interesting choices and variations of builds, so gotta say, pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed me going over all of these lists. I mean, I know you always love my commentary on the deck lists. We always have fun here. So, yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments section, and I will see you next time. Peace out. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.